Good evening, Saints. I just wanted to come talk to y'all for a few short minutes before I gotta go back to my lunch break. Do you really believe? A lot of people get up in the pulpit and talk about, oh, I believe this and I believe that, and this is how it is, and this what God can do for you, but they're not taking time to believe it. So when something comes up and something happens, they're not, their faith is shaken because they really never had a foundation. And you have to have a foundation with Christ. And it's crazy to me because as God was ministering to me, he was telling me, many people get up in my name and proclaim the gospel, but they're not living by it, let alone believing what they're talking about. And so you're getting up here in front of this large crowd telling them, God is a healer, but when it comes time for your son to be healed, you can't believe that God is a healer. And kind of seriously reminded me, I was reading this morning on Nicodemus, and Jesus speaking to Nicodemus, and he was like, in order to enter to the kingdom of heaven, you have to be born again. And Nicodemus was like, how do you do that? Did you crawl back up into your mother's womb and be born again? And Jesus was like, no, you have to be born by the Spirit and the water, and that's how you become born again. And he was like, oh, okay, I never knew that. He didn't understand. And Jesus was like, but you're a religious leader. And that's happening to us today. It's like we're following people that don't understand the word of God, who don't understand the gospel, who's preaching it, but they're not really living it or believing it. And how can you tell me how I should live and you can't live it for yourself? Saints, we really have to, get into our word and truly believe God for who he is, because he is a great man. He is the greatest man. So this is where we really need to go back to the foundation.